make sure that everyone in Illinois is safe.
Hundreds of gun control advocates from across the state came to the Capitol calling on lawmakers to pass more bills on gun control. It comes months after Governor Pritzker signed into law the state's ban on assault-style weapons.
It also comes the same day the state Supreme Court heard oral arguments on that ban. Our state Capitol reporter Theodora Coulivaris was at the rally today and has more.
Mothers, students, and survivors of gun violence banded together on the steps of the Capitol.
We do not want to keep having a lockdown generation.
They're calling on lawmakers to act on a number of proposals. A firearm omnibus bill, another that helps families of homicide victims reopen cold cases, and one that advocates say will hold gun manufacturers accountable.
We really wanted our state to represent the strongest gun laws, and the way to do that is to take a holistic, comprehensive approach.
Students like Aiden Tark with Students Demand Action say the issue of gun violence is one that's too familiar. He goes to Mattoon High School, where in 2017 a student opened fire and hurt a classmate before being stopped by a teacher.
And now anytime a chip bag pops in the cafeteria or someone says something loudly, there's an eerie silence that falls over the room as all heads turn in that direction. What we've fostered is an institution of fear because of these acts of violence.
Gun control advocates rallied here outside the Capitol, and across the street, the Supreme Court heard a challenge to the state's assault weapons ban. The lawsuit comes from State Representative Dan Calkins, arguing against a provision in the law that exempts certain groups like members of the military and law enforcement from being able to possess assault weapons.
What the Democrats have done is they've created a separate class of people who can have those rights.
But the Attorney General says the focus with the law is about keeping people safe.
There's a rational basis to stop the proliferation of these types of weapons in the hands of people that'll do mass damage, take many lives in a matter of seconds.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Theodora Coulivaris.
A provision in the omnibus bill says a person with an emergency order of protection against them would have to turn their weapons over to law enforcement. But Republicans are concerned law enforcement agencies don't have the tools they need to store those weapons.